All of us, we crave that one kind of love. The kind of love Valentine's Day is the beacon of. Why do we keep giving people chance after chance? The world, like your ex, will gaslight you into believing that you were the problem. The only mistake that you made is that you ignored the disrespect. That you settled for the bare minimum. You are holding on to that sense of safety and security. It's always the person who gives too much who's blamed. That somebody's indifference is a reflection of their inability to bring value into your life.
Done with this show.
Instead, we're fed this idea that love is supposed to be selfless. You want a partner for them. You are proof that somebody who was not bound by family ties could actually love them. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, let's talk about love. It's Valentine's Day after all. All of us, we're surrounded by love. Our parents who love us unconditionally, our friends, our siblings, at least जब तक प्रॉपर्टी के कागज ना बीच में है, फिर पता नहीं कौन सी माता चढ़ती है. नहीं मैं दीदी तेरे को नहीं, ऐसे in general. But all of us, we crave that one kind of love. The kind of love Valentine's Day is the beacon of. That one special movie wala pyar, the one that makes you feel seen, chosen, like somebody looked at you and said, you. It has to be you. And it feels nice, doesn't it? When somebody shows us their world, when somebody showers us with so much affection that it gets overwhelming at times. Because we're not used to it. मम्मी करती है और बताती भी रहती है, बट यार उसकी बचपन से आदत है, सो यू नो मोस्ट डैड शो देयर लव थ्रू गूगल पे, और दोस्त गालियों से जताते अपना प्यार. सो व्हेन somebody new walks in, somebody who makes you feel like the center of their universe, who says things like, oh baby you're so perfect, oh baby I am so grateful that you chose me in this fucked up world. यार that ना hits very differently. And we fall hard. क्योंकि ना no matter how bad your day is going, you get that one baby I'm so lucky to have you text at 2 p.m. and you forget everything. Even the disappointed look your father was giving you in the morning. But here's the kicker. It never lasts. Because people will tell you relationships and love is not all sunshine and roses. And you believe it. You think it's all part of the process. The initial butterflies wear off, the intensity starts to wane, the notifications that used to flood your phone start to trickle away, the video calls become shorter, and the drunken love confessions stop altogether. And that's when the doubt starts creeping in. Are they busy, or am I not a priority anymore? And that's when we play the most dangerous game, the benefit of the doubt game. You think to yourself, maybe I'm just overthinking. You give them the benefit of the doubt. The first time, it's just in your head. The second time, you start to feel it. The third time, when you know something has changed, you still tell yourself, I'm just overreacting. Maybe they're going through something. Work's crazy. And think about it. This benefit of the doubt, it does not just exist in romantic relationships. It exists in all kind of relationships. याद करो. The first time, your mother found a beer bottle in your room, किसी और की होगी. The second time, किसी ने force किया होगा. The third time, your mother comes up to you and asks you कि बेटा तूने शराब पीनी शुरू कर दी है क्या? तो यार तुम्हारी माँ, अपनी माँ कि तुम राजा बेटा या राजा बेटी हो. If that woman did not give you the benefit of the doubt after the third time, why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep giving people chance after chance? Why do we keep trying to sell ourselves? भाई सेल्समैन थोड़ी ना हम जो अपने आप को बेचने में लगे हुए हैं. Sales 101 says perseverance is key. You call a customer, they're busy, ask them when they'll be free, call again, still busy, ask again, and keep going until they give you the time of day and listen to you. But love should not feel like a sales pitch where you're constantly trying to prove your utility to the other person. Love should not feel like perseverance. Love should definitely not feel like that anxious, heart-thumping feeling you woke up with every day towards the end of your relationship. They tell you love is hard, relationships will have their ups and downs, and I agree. But all of us know that at its core, love should never make you feel like you're not enough. Love should lift you up. It should make you feel secure in who you are. It should not make you question your worth every damn day. Love should be about mutual effort, mutual respect, about both people fighting for each other. But instead, we're fed this idea that love is supposed to be selfless. The world, like your ex, will gaslight you into believing that you were the problem, that you expected too much, when the only thing that you expected was the bare minimum. You see, people all over Instagram and YouTube will tell you don't have any expectations in love and you'll always be happy. And I agree. If I don't keep any expectations, there is no scope for me to be disappointed. But then tell me, what's the difference between you and a one-sided ashik? वो भी तो बिना किसी उम्मीद के प्यार कर रहा है ना यार. So there is clearly some flaw in this logic. You see, people tell you don't keep expectations in love, but they don't tell you till what extent. They don't tell you where you draw the line. They don't tell you how far is too far. Because think about it, how do we form expectations? From people's actions, right? मैं तो हुनी जो श्रद्धा कपूर के टेक्स्ट के इंतजार में बैठा रहता हूँ. Expectations don't appear out of thin air. They're built over time from actions that a person consistently performs. So if someone starts to act differently, if someone starts to step out of their normal behavioral patterns, of course you're bound to notice it. भगवान ने तुम्हें 4 brain cells से ज़्यादा दिए हैं भाई. But people around you will still make you believe that if you're asking for a little bit of consistency, you're being too needy. That is why people struggle to get out of toxic relationships, because the world has them believe that they're the problem, that they're the ones who are demanding too much, that they're the ones who are overwhelming the other person with their love. And if you've been lucky enough to get out of such a relationship, you've always left with this feeling that it was all your fault. But let me tell you something today. The only mistake that you made is that you ignored the disrespect, that you settled for the bare minimum, that you did not get out of it quick enough. You weren't even blinded by their love, because that love had already left the chat the day the disrespect started. The funniest part, you weren't even blinded by your own love, क्योंकि लास्ट के 1-2 महीने में वो भी खत्म हो चुका था. Your body had started to react to the disrespect. That anxious feeling you would get in your chest every time their name would pop up on the phone screen, that was literally your body trying to retract, trying to protect you. But you didn't listen, because you weren't holding on to them. You were holding on to the idea of them. You were holding on to that sense of safety and security, क्योंकि इतनी देर बाद अब तुम फाइनली बार्स और क्लब जाके हंट पे नहीं थे. Your brain had become addicted to that morning dose of dopamine, that good morning baby text, and you were just chasing that high, telling yourself things like maybe this is how things are, maybe this is how relationships work, maybe they're going through something, just to get that high. And here's something that nobody talks about. It is never the person who on a daily basis deprives the relationship of love, effort and respect who gets blamed. It's always the person who gives too much who's blamed. People will show up with their fucking pravachans and have you believe कि भाई सारी तेरी गलती है because you gave too much too soon. And you're like, bro, how the fuck does that even make sense? And here's where we get it all twisted up. All of us, we've played that situationship वाली game कि यार किसी का रिप्लाई आया है तो मैं अभी नहीं दूंगा रिप्लाई क्योंकि आई डोंट वांट टू सीम टू कीन. किसी ने 2 घंटे बाद रिप्लाई भेजा तो मैं 3 घंटे बाद भेजूंगा क्योंकि मैं और बड़ी चीज हूं, राइट? पर ना अगर हमें वही गेम्स खेलनी होती ना तो हम हिंज का अकाउंट डिलीट करके रिलेशनशिप में ना आते. Because real love, it's not about playing games. People who actually love you don't play games. It's always the people who are unsure about you who play games. And the thing is that whenever this is happening right in front of our eyes, we don't even see it. क्योंकि हमें पता ही नहीं है healthy relationship दिखता कैसा है. हमारा क्रिकेट के साथ नहीं हो पा रहा भाई आज तक healthy relationship. What seems normal to us is what we've seen all around us throughout our lives, which is 95% of our friends being stuck in that toxic relationship. So we start to believe that playing hard to get in a relationship, it's normal. We start to mistake random love bombing and inconsistency for true love itself. And in the process, we become so desperate to cling on to that sinking ship that we ignore every red flag. We're battling it out every day. But real love shouldn't feel like something that you have to win. And if it does, maybe, just maybe, it's not love. So that brings us to an important question. When do you walk away? See, one thing we rarely talk about is the importance of realizing the right time to move forward, to walk away. And it's not a loss, it's not surrender, it's about choosing yourself over the illusion of what could have been. You see, choosing yourself is not about being needy. It's about realizing that somebody's indifference is not a reflection of your worth, but a reflection of their inability to bring value into your life. When someone stops caring, it's not because you were being too needy or you were being too much. It's because they were never capable of giving you enough in the first place. You see, one thing that you did not realize back then, they were never in it for you. They were in it for the validation, for the attention, for the ego boost that came with being desired. You weren't a partner for them. You were proof that they could be desired, proof that somebody would go out of the way for them, proof that somebody who was not bound by family ties could actually love them, that somebody would actually willingly choose them. But there is a silver lining in all of this. You see, they don't get access to you anymore, and that's a good thing, because while they're stuck in their cycle of shallow connections and looking for the next person to validate them, you get to move forward. You get to heal, and you get to build something real, something worthwhile with somebody who actually knows what real love is. Walking away wasn't a mistake. It was the best decision that you ever made. And I hope that all of you watching this have already had this realization in life. And if this video reminded you of a previous relationship, you've already put daylight between you and that person. But if this made you think about your current relationship or about a friend who's holding on to something that's not serving them right, see, I know it's Valentine's Day and all, but sometimes the best thing that you can do for someone that you actually care about is to make them see the truth. So, दोस्त बनो, काम आओ, उन्हें ये वीडियो भेजो and make them ask themselves, are they holding on to love or to the idea of it? और यार अगर एक आधे ने केयर करना छोड़ भी दिया ना, तो क्या हो गया, मल्टीप्लेयर टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है, कहीं और जाके खेल लेंगे. That's all for today. Take a deep breath, sit with it, think about it, and keep moving forward. And of course, keep listening to Soothe It Out. I'll see you in the next one.